I'd also like for you to be able to solve absolute value inequalities. And there's really, I guess there's a couple of differences. One of them is that we call them different things depending on whether the isolated expression will then have a less than, like here, isolated expression, whatever's in here, if that's less than a number, then we call that and. You don't decide until it's isolated. If I have an expression and it is greater than a number, then that's an or equation. The land ones, the less than and inequalities, you can write them as a number sentence with less thans, like this. X is in between -2 and 6, for example. If I were to write that as two separate inequalities, I would write X is greater than -2 and X is less than 6. But I could also write at least to greatest as a number sentence with less thans, like this. On the number line, you will need to graph your solutions. Here I have greater than -2, so that would be an open circle, and less than 6, let's make that less than or equal to 6. So 6 would be a solid circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is right here. Well, X is everything less than 6 or equal to 6 and greater than but not equal to 2. So it's everything in between these. Let's see. You could think of it, if it helps you remember better, as an island. You could even put a little tree. X marks the spot. X is everything in between these. Those are land inequalities. If you have an or, then let's do an example here with numbers. X is everything less than 4, or X could be anything greater than 7. These don't have anything in common. If this is 4 here, we'll make this one equal here. X is everything less than 4, but then 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, yeah. X could also be values that are greater than 7. See, they don't have anything in common. It's either this or that. That would be written this way. Either way, you don't decide if it's an and or an or inequality until it's isolated. All real numbers is a possibility with your solutions. If you have an inequality, whatever's in here, and you have a greater than some negative number, absolute value knocks the sign off. So it is by default, it has to be positive or 0 right here. So if a positive number or a 0 is on the left, then that's always greater than a negative number. So your solution is all real numbers. You could basically substitute any number for the variable and it would be true. So this is a special situation. Sometimes you'll have an absolute value expression and whatever's in there is less than a negative number once it's isolated. Well, this can't be true because you can't have a positive number or 0 and have that be less than something that's negative. So then we say no solution. I'll work out these practice problems and post them on Canvas. But for these 4 practice problems, really the only difference in solving compared to solving equations is that if you multiply or divide by a negative number, your inequality symbol flips. Otherwise, solving these equations works the same way. And these are your possibilities. You have an and, you have an or, you have all real numbers, or you have no solution. You can look on Canvas to see these 4 example problems worked out.